So, what is value chain analysis? As Amit correctly said, basically it's a management tool, and it helps us to analyze the various activities that a company performs. Okay. And it's divided into two parts. The value chain analysis basically consists of primary activities and support activities. Okay. And these activities are correlated, and together they help in production, marketing, delivery. So all those activities which we do, they contribute to that. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll explore the components. इसमें क्या क्या components है? सबसे पहला we'll pick up primary activities. You can make a note. So if you want to make a mind map, that's the best way of remembering things. Uh, Take a sheet, mind map कर लीजिए. Value chain analysis, just write it down over there. Draw two parts, primary and secondary. On primary, you can add, there are various activities like आपका इनबाउंड लॉजिस्टिक्स होता है, ऑपरेशंस होता है, आउटबाउंड लॉजिस्टिक्स होता है. किसी भी प्रोडक्शन कंपनी, कोई भी ऐसी कंपनी को आप इमेजिन कर लो व्हिच मैन्युफैक्चर सर्टेन थिंग्स. आप अपना फार्मा ले सकते हो, कंज्यूमर ड्यूरेबल ले सकते हो, कुछ भी आप इमेजिन कर लो. देयर इज अ प्रोडक्शन हैपनिंग, and in that what all activities are performed. So there are primary activities, there are secondary activities. ठीक है ना? So इसमें आपका इनबाउंड लॉजिस्टिक्स हो गया, आउटबाउंड लॉजिस्टिक्स हो गया, ऑपरेशंस हो गया, मार्केटिंग एंड सेल्स जो कि बिल्कुल कोर है, इट्स अ सेंटर ऑफ एवरीथिंग. एंड एट द एंड जो भी आप प्रोडक्ट सेल करते हो, उससे रिलेटेड आप क्या देते हो? सर्विसेज देते हो,
आफ्टर सेल सर्विसेज.
आफ्टर सेल सर्विस देते हो. तो वो इसमें इंक्लूड है. सो प्राइमरी में आप इसमें ये 4-5 पॉइंट्स ऐड कर सकते हैं. अगर कोई और पॉइंट आपको ऐड करना हो तो आप कर सकते हैं. प्लीज कंट्रीब्यूट इफ आई एम मिसिंग एनीथिंग. मेरे को तो ये 4-5 मेन है. अपना सेल्स एंड मार्केटिंग, ऑपरेशंस, लॉजिस्टिक्स एंड आफ्टर सेल सर्विस. बेसिकली इनबाउंड आउटबाउंड को अलग कर लीजिए, चाहे लॉजिस्टिक्स है. ठीक है. सो इनबाउंड लॉजिस्टिक्स में क्या आ सकता है? कैन यू इमेजिन?
रॉ मटेरियल.
Exactly, raw materials. Yes. So you procure raw materials from outside. Okay. And you have to store it somewhere. So storage आ गया उसके साथ. Imagine that. So you receive it,
वेयर हाउसिंग हो
store it.
गया क्वेश्चन जी. वेयर हाउसिंग हो गया, इसमें वेयर
Exactly.
हाउसिंग.
Warehousing हो गया. So inbound logistics includes receiving, storing, and distributing the inputs for the production process. Imagine a car manufacturing process wherein you procure various car components from different vendors. You receive from them, store it in a warehouse, and during production, you pick each part and start assembling it. Okay, you can take an example of Amazon also. uh, you know they are also involved in huge amount of warehousing, where in they receive the inventory and uh, fulfillment center जैसा होता है उनका. So ये एक inbound हो गया. Then operations. Now what is included in operations? Operations is basically a core जहाँ पे the actual process of the transforming the raw materials into a final product happens. Correct?
मैन्युफैक्चरिंग ना.
Manufacturing happens. That's operations. So you
Yes.
can think about shop assembly line or something. ठीक है. Then your outbound level. So once your product is manufactured, what do? You start distributing through various networks. आपके बड़े बड़े
Supply chains.
distributors होंगे. Supply chain जो होता है आपका, बड़े बड़े super stockist,
Wholesaler, retailer, and
wholesalers.
everything.
Exactly. And from wholesalers it goes to the retailers, and retailers to
Retailers.
retailers types. So think about that supply chain network. So that's your outbound logistic, wherein you try and fulfill the demand by supplying the goods through various logistics channels, either through train or trucks or small vehicles like that. So that's your outbound. Simple hai samajhna ye basically. And then your marketing and sales, which are the activities related to promoting the product and selling them. Then once you sell the product, you're also providing after sales service. So post sales, all the post sales activities like customer support, warranty, maintenance, all these are included in your services. Got it? ठीक है ना? Simple है.
Got it. Okay.
Adlin, did you get it, or should I repeat it, because I guess language would be a little challenge with you when it comes to Hindi.
Yeah, yes, Kaushal. Can you please repeat it?
Okay. So we discussed about primary activities which is performed by any company. We are discussing on value chain analysis. In value chain analysis, there are two parts: primary and secondary. In primary, we have various functions, right? Taking raw materials, converting into product, selling the product, and then providing after sales service. So all these are sub points for you. Okay, take a note, make a mind map.
Okay.
Okay, so second is support activity. Now, what could be the support activities? Very simple. What we training and development people do is a support activity. What
After
HR does
sales
is a
service.
support activity.
Support activity.
After sales service.
No, that is primary. What we do is a support activity.
IT is a support activity.
IT support is a support activity, which the departments which are helping the actual work to happen. IT is supporting in providing the laptop and tech support. Training and development provides support in developing the manpower, HR. All these are support. So we'll write that down. Okay, support activities. You can start with say procurement. Write that down. Procurement. This involves sourcing of raw materials, components. So there is a procurement department.
Yeah, tendering and everything comes
Exactly.
in this.
They have a responsibility to get the raw material at lowest possible price, at the same time maintaining the quality. Making sense?
Yes.
Yes, Kaushal.
Second is technology development. Now, investing in technology to support various activities like R&D. When we invest on R&D, that's a support function. We are helping the organization to reduce the cost, develop innovative ways to produce a good. So that
Quality
is
control, quality assurance,
control,
both are in
exactly,
support. Yes.
Exactly. So whatever you can think of in technology development, quality control, yeah, things like that. Then core function of support, HR management, which we are part of. Human resource management activities related to hiring people, training people, upskilling people, and then infrastructure like the overall support, including your facility, IT systems, organization structure, everything comes under infrastructure. So these are for your support activities. Okay.
Okay.
Now, why we are discussing this? What is the importance of it? What is the purpose of it? Can anybody tell me?
To increase the profitability and reduce the inventory.
That
and
is one of the
optimum utilization of the sources.
correct.
Resources,
correct.
keeping and bound the
Our
competitors.
organization can become more competitive.
Correct. So that's a couple of points which Jigar and Abhishek mentioned. So we should also talk about application. So the first part was theory part. Okay. Now in part B, what if they ask you a question which is related to value chain analysis in a form of a case study? Suppose you are in an organization, how would you implement value chain analysis? What is the objective? So you need to talk about it. So the application is first is identifying the cost drivers, wherein you are trying to reduce the cost, where cost is incurred within the value chain. For example, Amazon can identify cost drivers in its inbound logistics operations and wherever it is possible, where they can reduce the cost, whether the cost of packaging can be reduced or cost of logistics could be reduced, like that. Okay. So one is cost drivers, which Jigar mentioned already. Second is competitive advantage, which Abhishek mentioned. Yeah, we'll come to that. We'll come slowly, Neha. So competitive advantage, by analyzing whatever activity we are doing within value chain, where we can gain a competitive advantage by developing innovative product, or probably giving world-class service, or probably giving a great quality at less price, could be a competitive. So there could be a number of things, but we are talking about competitive advantage. That's the second point.
It is also used to improve the efficiency and reducing the cost.
That's third, further parts. Also, the value chain analysis helps the organization to come to a strategic decision making. It helps in decision making. Okay. How? So they'll decide, by doing the value chain analysis, they'll see whether some part should be outsourced or should we develop it in-house. ठीक है ना? देखो, as a company, production company, what you could do is, आप या तो spare parts या जो raw materials है, वो अपना in-house ही develop कर लो, या फिर आप उसको outsource कर दो, आपके ऊपर depend करता है. So a lot of companies, what they do is they want to take control of everything, so they'll do things do everything in-house, right from raw materials to the finished goods. However, there are a lot of companies. Take Domino's for that matter. Now, for Domino's, they procure raw materials from various sources. In fact, various vendors, and all of them come together at a place. So ये आपको decide करना है. So that strategic decision making में ये help करता है. You getting my point now? And fourth point is process optimization. We also need to see where the process correction needs to be done. So companies can use value chain analysis to identify opportunities to optimize the process, process improvement. And if there are redundant process, they could be removed. If there are new processes need to be formed, make new processes like that. Okay. So process optimization is there. And then supply chain management. You need to manage the supply chain. The big supply chain model, wherein you need to see how your product could reach to, even the remotest of the place. How would you plan? Would you go through super stockists to distributors to retailers to sub retailers and then further break it down somewhere? Or you just want to focus on major cities? It's up to you. Okay. So how would you manage the supply chain? So you can think about any company for that matter. You can go into automobile. You can go into FMCG, where there is a deep supply chain network. आप Coca-Cola का example लो, उनका जो supply chain network है कितना deep है, and how they are able to maintain that quality and quantity and reachability. ये सारा आप imagine कर सकते हो. ठीक है. You can think about your pharma industry, whatever industry you want to think of, you can. This is the benefit of value chain analysis, right? So quickly summarize 5 things: reduce cost or driving the cost to have competitive advantage, strategic decision making, process optimization, and supply chain management. Okay. Anybody would like to add anything?
Kaushal, are these points also mentioned in the textbook? Because, or it is your, notes that
These
we need to
are
refer.
my notes. Yeah, these are my notes. All of them are not there in the notebook. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
But this is
fine.
how it
So
works.
Okay.
So if you Google it, you'll find these points.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
You may get more, you may get less, but try to write at least 4 to 5 points.
To reduce cost, then process optimization, we said competitive advantage, right?
No, both are different points. Cost optimization is different and competitive advantage is different. हो सकता है आपको competitive advantage लाने के लिए cost बढ़ाना पड़े, invest heavily करना पड़े. तो हर department, see, every department plays its role. Suppose I am into admin or procurement. My target would be to get the best quality of raw materials at lowest possible price, correct?
Right.
As an R&D team, my objective would be to design most ergonomically designed product with minimum investment. If I'm into, say, marketing and sales, how can I improve my efficiency to promote that product? So there could be a number of things. ऐसे लॉजिस्टिक्स वाला लॉजिस्टिक्स के बारे में सोचेगा कि प्रोडक्ट को कौन से मींस से भेजना सबसे इकोनॉमिकल रहेगा. Should we send it by ship or air or train or whatever. So every department does that value chain analysis within itself.
Okay.
And that helps the organization to make strategic decisions. Any questions, guys?
Thank you.
No questions?
All clear.
It also, excuse me, it also helps to, it gives more visibility with regard to the process, parameters, and also the turnaround time, right? So the turnaround time can also be reduced. So that is one, and it increases the process efficiency.
Yeah, you can think of more in-depth, of these points. You can add more points if you wish.
Yeah. So the example of Domino's is the best example. Where how once the order is placed, how they from placing the order, how the delivery happens. So the making of pizza, the toppings, and then
Absolutely.
Cut, right? So within the tolerance limit, how it happens, it is so this value chain is effectively utilized, and in the Domino's. So that is where I felt the turnaround time and the process time for each of the process is well defined. Right? So it helps to increase the process efficiency. Ultimately, process efficiency, then customer satisfaction. Right?
And Brijesh ji, just to second your thought, means if we are talking about time, so we have seen Zepto and these things which are delivering things in just 10 minutes.
Yeah. Right.
So that's the best example of time management and customer satisfaction
so,
also.
Absolutely. So we can write agile delivery, right? That way also.
And they also include all these things, means inbound logistics, outbound logistics, and the operations, everything.
Yeah. So for them, the strategic advantages, they have reduced the overhead cost. So the overhead cost for the maintaining the outlets and or the overheads for the rent and manpower, all that is reduced. So for them, the profit is given directly to the customer. So they have higher profit margins because they have reduced the overhead cost, and they can give more to the customer. And in addition to that, the strategic locations also they have identified, which will add more faster, quicker delivery. So that way, absolutely.
Yeah, Kaushal, just one thing I want to clarify or from you, that you are talking about the competitive advantage, right? So a competitive advantage, I think it's a broad term. Means if we are talking about low cost products, that is also a competitive advantage. Or if we are talking about differentiation, because in book, both are mentioned under the competitive advantage, like the cost factor also and the differentiation factor also. So just to clarify, means is it a separate thing, or as per the book, it is including both cost as well as differentiation?
So yeah, Amit, that's what I said. So if you see in an organization, if the management has to take decision, and there are various departments, say for example, there are various departments head sitting. There's one department head which takes care of R&D. Okay, take an example. There's one department which takes care of procurement of raw materials. There's one department which takes care of logistics. All the departments would aim at definitely reducing the cost while maintaining the quality in order to maximize the profitability. Barabar hai?
Yes, yes.
That's what the R&D team is also doing. Their job is to get the company's money invested, but not to spend extravagantly. Think about Chandrayaan, okay? Chandrayaan 2.
Yeah. No, I'm clear on
Everybody-
that part. Means cost part, I'm clear that if you are giving it at a low cost, maintaining the quality, that's a competitive advantage in terms of the
Absolutely.
cost.
Absolutely.
And when we talk about differentiation, like in differentiation, the product no need not to be the cheapest one in the market.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it is different from the rest of the products available. Like if we talk about mobile phones, so Apple is not the cheapest phone, but yes, it is having a differentiated market, and it's having a customer loyalty and everything goes into
So
that.
over
So
there,
will that come
value
in
chain-
differentiation?
Exactly. Over there, value chain analysis में उसका marketing and sales जो department है, what they
Yeah.
try to do is that if the customer is paying at this price, they should feel that they are getting enough value
Yeah.
of that money.
Yeah.
And they are working hard on it. Okay.
Yes.
So let's not bore Namrata. She's yawning right now. We'll move on to next.
Okay, fine.
Caught red-handed. Okay, let's go to outsourcing strategy.
Kaushal, these all notes you will be sharing later?
Yes, definitely I'll be sharing.
Okay, thank you.
But make sure your example and your language is different than mine. Otherwise,
Okay. No problem.
okay.
Otherwise, mass copying.
हाँ नहीं मैंने भी नोट्स गूगल से ही बनाए हैं. Okay, so we've heard of outsourcing. Everybody's aware of outsourcing. Why outsourcing? Hey, one sec. It's only 1 minute left. Can we just drop out and join again?
Yes.
Let's do that,
Yeah,
please.
sure.
Let's everybody join again. Welcome back, everyone. We were discussing the outsourcing strategy, and we need to understand what it is. So, if I have to define what is outsourcing, you can say that outsourcing is a business strategy where a company contracts out certain functions or processes to external service providers rather than handling everything internally. And this is a strategic decision which is often made to leverage the specialized skills or to reduce costs or to improve efficiency and allow the organizations to focus on its core competencies. Okay. So that's the reason a lot of companies outsource. So I would like to explain how the outsourcing strategy works using an example. Say a company outsources certain components to manufacture outside from the outside vendors. First, it helps them to identify core competencies. So before deciding on outsourcing, a company needs to identify कि उनका core competency क्या है, वो किस चीज में बढ़िया है, and where they can add value. For example, अगर आप Apple को देखें, उनका core competency क्या है? Product design. ठीक, प्रोडक्ट डिजाइन उनका कोर कॉम्पिटेंसी है, वो कैमरा क्वालिटी में घुसते नहीं है, they get it from Sony. The whole world of mobile phones, if they have to get a niche quality camera, they outsource either Sony or Carl Zeiss.
Yes.
उसमें घुसना नहीं है. So if you identify that this is not your core competency, Don't get into it, just outsource. That's one. Second, outsourcing is normally applied to non-core activities. Core function अपने पास रखते हैं, वो जो फालतू के काम होते हैं, extra work, जिसमें बहुत ज्यादा दिमाग नहीं लगाना है, लेकिन टाइम बहुत वेस्ट होता है, वो बाहर दे दो, पैसा भी बचेगा, एनर्जी भी बचेगा, एंड यू कैन फोकस ऑन R&D. R&D आप करो, ठीक, बाकी काम दुनिया पे. So outsourcing typically is applied to non-core activities which are essential but not central to the company's competitive advantage. So we were talking about Apple only, so let's take Apple as an example. Apple might outsource manufacturing and assembly processes to other companies like Foxconn and all, because they know that they are not, it's not their core strength. Their core strength is design. And there are specialized manufacturers with expertise in these areas. Best example. Third is cost efficiency. So one of the primary reasons for outsourcing is cost efficiency. ये सबको मालूम है. Most of the companies do that to reduce the cost बचाना है. And external service जो providers होते हैं, they have lower labor cost, and they have more economy for sale, and they have got specialized knowledge that can result in cost savings. Now, Apple could outsource certain manufacturing processes to countries with lower labor costs like India, China, Vietnam, and this helps them to optimize their production expenses. Simple. In automobile industry also, I'll give you an example. I used to work in automobile industry for 10 years as a trainer. All those companies, right from Maruti to Mercedes and Tata to Toyota, they did not hire any trainer on their payroll. They outsourced it to a lot of different organizations. And those third-party vendors, like one of the companies I was associated with, they used to tie with these automobile companies, hire trainers. कंपनी से उन्होंने 1 लाख रुपया अगर उठाया है, तो ट्रेनर को 60,000 दे दिया, बाकी का 40,000 अपनी जेब में. अगर वही ट्रेनर कंपनी को अपने पेरोल पे रखना होता, so they would have paid 1.5 lakh rupees salary to them, which is a cost. और साल भर उनसे काम लेना होता जो कि उनके है नहीं. ट्रेनर का काम तभी पड़ता है जब कोई नया मॉडल लॉन्च हुआ है, उसको ट्रेन करके लोगों को स्केल वो करना है. बट मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम ट्रेनर्स वेर नॉट यूजफुल. तो वो जो खाली टाइम वो क्या करेगा, वो कंपनी के लिए कॉस्ट है. कॉस्ट बचाओ, थर्ड पार्टी को दे दो. थर्ड पार्टी, what Himanshu keeps on posting on your group, freelance
Yes.
trainer, what is that? It's a part of cost saving, outsourcing.
Of outsourcing.
Yeah. So that's one. So first we discussed core competency. If it's not your core competency, don't get into it. Second, non-core activities, all those activities which which consumes a lot of time, don't get into it if it's not your forte. Third is cost efficiency. Of course, you want to reduce cost. Fourth, you need to focus on core business. What's your core business? Marketing, sales, scaling up the production, expanding the market. These are your core areas. So you focus on that. बाकी मैन्युफैक्चरिंग तुम जिस कंट्री में एक्सपैंड करोगे वहां मैन्युफैक्चरिंग प्लांट डाल दो. So by outsourcing non-core functions, company can concentrate their resources and efforts on core business functions. Now, Apple can allocate more resources to research and development and design rather than manufacturing. They'll invest more on design, marketing, things like that. Also, a company outsources to get access to specialized skills. So the outsourcing provides access to specialized skills and expertise that may not be available in-house. For example, Apple might outsource software development to specialized firms. They have hired, they have collaborated with Samsung for technology stuff. lot of their components are made by, a lot of components are from Samsung. So Apple might outsource these software development and specialized firms with expertise in particularly programming language or technology, because उनका forte नहीं है. So that's the way. अगर उनको खुद hire करना होगा, that will be very costly for them. And also, as I mentioned in the beginning, that it gives an organization a lot of flexibility and scalability. I can focus on expansion rather than thinking कि मैं manufacturing डाल दूं, ये कर लूं, वो कर लूं, सब कुछ मैं ही कर लूं. No, you can't do everything alone. If you have to expand, you have to go big, you have to outsource. Okay. So these are the things. So there could be various examples. Now, if you have to go for a case study based on this, you can talk about a lot of companies. You can talk about manufacturing companies who are into assembly, like Apple हो गया, automobile का कोई भी example आप ले सकते हैं, pharma industry का ले सकते हैं.
Pharma का Mankind is an example, classic example.
Software companies बहुत सारा outsourced होता है. कस्टमर सपोर्ट बहुत सारी कंपनीज आउटसोर्स करती हैं. अब इंडियन रेलवेज का एग्जांपल ले लो आप. IRCTC, जब आप 139 पे फोन लगाते हैं, तो IRCTC का इंडियन रेलवेज का कंपनी, इंडियन रेलवेज का बंदा थोड़ी बैठा है. दे हैव आउटसोर्स्ड इट टू सम अदर पार्टी.
इंडियन रेलवे का तो केटरिंग भी और जो हाउसकीपिंग है वो भी आउटसोर्स्ड है.
एवरीथिंग. दैट्स अ क्लासिक एग्जांपल ऑफ कस्टमर सपोर्ट आउटसोर्सिंग. यू कैन आउटसोर्स लॉजिस्टिक्स आप आउटसोर्स कर सकते हो. डेटा सेंटर आपका आउटसोर्स हो सकता है. So there could be n number of possibilities. You can think of a lot of companies. All right. Any questions, guys? Yeah. Any questions?
No, I think
Topic
it's
for
clear
today?
question.
The topic is outsourcing strategy. What is outsourcing strategy?
Okay. Thanks.
We can move to the next topic.
Can we pick up blue ocean strategy?
Yes, please.
Yes,
Whatever you
Kushal ji.
teach
Very
is going to
interesting.
remain. Yeah.
ब्लू ओशन स्ट्रैटेजी नाम सुनने में बहुत वो लगता है कि यार क्या होगा ब्लू ओशन स्ट्रैटेजी, बट इट्स वन ऑफ द मोस्ट simple ones to understand. Anybody would like to explain in few words what is blue ocean strategy?
Yes.
Kushal ji, I can explain in only 2 words. I can explain in only 2 to 3
Okay,
words.
Ratnesh,
Not
go ahead.
more than that. Actually, blue ocean strategy is that like something we need to search on new market. जहाँ पे ऐसे कोई जगह जहाँ पे कुछ डेवलप नहीं है, वहाँ पे ऑलरेडी बहुत सारे हमें अपॉर्चुनिटी हैं उस एरिया में काम करने के लिए. दैट इज कॉल्ड ब्लू ओशन स्ट्रेटेजी. जहाँ पे हमारे पास बहुत सारे ऑप्शन अपॉर्चुनिटी हैं, हम वहाँ काम कर सकते हैं जहाँ ऑलरेडी हमारे कॉम्पिटिटर्स नहीं है अभी तक. जैसे कि हम बोल सकते हैं वैकेंट प्लेस होते हैं ना, जहाँ पे आपको लॉट्स ऑफ अपॉर्चुनिटीज मिलते हैं.
यार आप तो
बेसिकली होते हैं.
2 वर्ड से ज्यादा हो गया आपका यार.
मैं भी वही बोलने वाला था.
कुशल जी वही है.
अच्छा लिखने में काम आएगा, पेपर लिखने में काम आएगा. अच्छा है.
चलो नहीं, but well tried यार, not to demotivate you. But
So
yeah,
it is
go on.
only about
एक
2
या दो
words. It is
example.
only about where competitor is not present, where nobody is present, you create your own market.
Yes.
That's
Right.
blue ocean.
It's converting, actually, it is converting red ocean into a blue ocean. So red ocean is generally a saturated market, and you're creating a blue ocean, which is a new market, like the example of Uber,
Rinku, do you
Ola.
know blue ocean, red
So-
ocean?
Sorry?
But maybe it's not always converting red to blue. Correct me if I'm
You
wrong.
can-
Yeah,
Yeah, you
Yes,
can creating
yes,
new
yes.
also. I'll give
Converting-
many examples. So there are either it can be creating new blue ocean, or it can be transition from red to blue also. So Uber and Ola,
anyways,
is like,
the inspiration
that
has
is
to come from
example.
somewhere.
Right. Then IPL is one of the example. So
Main
IPL, if
market.
you see, you
क्या
know,
बात है,
है ना?
क्या बात है
These are all
ब्रजेश,
strategy.
बिल्कुल सही. So for people to write down if you want to take a note, what is blue ocean strategy? You can just define it as a concept which focuses on creating uncontested market space, or that's why it's called blue ocean, where a company can pursue innovation and differentiation rather than competing in a crowded and competitive market space, which is red ocean. Okay. And this strategy, ये book में नहीं है, ये मैंने पढ़ा. This strategy framework was introduced by W. Chan Kim and Rini Maubon. I'm not sure. है अच्छा ठीक है. So ये दो लोगों ने इसको दिया था, W. Chan Kim and Rini Maubon, in their book Blue Ocean Strategy. So yeah, that is it. And we can take so many examples over there. That there's so many examples. I remember giving an example of a circus company. But I'll give different examples this time. You can talk about
मेरे दिमाग में एक आता है.
अरे कौशल जी बहुत सारे हैं.
बहुत
There is
सारे.
a lot of.
जो अभी पीछे
Earlier for pharmacy product, for medical product, you have to visit the pharmacy. For the lab test, you have to go into the lab. There are many of these organizations which has come up, who are providing the services at your doorstep.
Absolutely.
Which you cannot imagine. This is a right example of blue ocean strategy.
Absolutely. In the past, post-pandemic, let's talk about that. Post-pandemic, in the last 3 years, whichever company has emerged as a kind of, what do you call it? Unicorn has
Urban Club,
blue ocean strategy.
Urban Club,
Zepto, Netflix was one.
Yeah.
Physics वाला.
वो Oyo hotels भी अच्छा example है.
Oyo hotels.
Uber, Ola, all these are.
Uber, Ola, all these companies are there. Tesla
is a classic example. एक अभी वो भी था ना, मुझे नाम याद है, कोरियन कंपनी जिसके चिप शॉर्ट हो गए थे पीछे, मतलब मार्केट में चिप्स नहीं आ रहे, तो कार्स बननी बंद हो गई थी बिकॉज वो जो चिपसेट था वो अवेलेबल नहीं था. वो एक ही कंपनी है जो वर्ल्ड ओवर देती है.
राइट. आई डोंट
कोरियन कंपनी,
आई डोंट नो द नेम ऑफ इट.
मुझे भी याद नहीं आ रहा, बट वो एक ही कंपनी है जो वो चिपसेट अवेलेबल कराती है सभी ऑटोमोबाइल मैन्युफैक्चरर्स को.
एब्सोल्युटली.
तो बहुत शॉर्टेज हुआ.
सेमीकंडक्टर.
यस, सेमीकंडक्टर.
So how they perform जो Blue Ocean yeah. तो Blue Ocean strategy कैसे explain करेंगे अगर आप explain. So ये तो हो गया, चलो definition और example. How would you explain the steps in, what are the elements of Blue Ocean strategy? How would you explain that?
Identifying new products, new market.
So I was reading Harvard Business Review on that. So it's about doing business where there is no possible
competition.
Nobody has gone. उसके बहुत सारे points थे. Blue Ocean, Red Ocean. Okay. I'll share that page with you all if you want to read. It's a good read. But I can't talk about the entire thing in one go.
बुक में 4 pillars के बारे में बात हुई है. Create, eliminate, reduce, raise. These are the 4 pillars for the Blue Ocean strategy.
Absolutely. तो उसी अगर 4 pillars के बारे में अगर हम बात करें, eliminate, reduce, innovate,
raise
and raise, है ना?
Yes.
So let's talk about eliminate first. Eliminate क्या करना है? So eliminate करना हमें traditional जो elements है, traditional processes हैं, या unnecessary चीजों को जो redundant हैं, उनको eliminate कर. So eliminate redundancy. Let's say that. So that's one. So you'll eliminate redundancy in processes, in strategies, you'll eliminate that. Second is reduce. Reduce what? Reduce cost and increase the value. Yeah.
True.
Reduce the cost and increase the value. And innovate what?
Ideas.
Create
Innovate.
new areas,
Reduce.
existing
It
markets.
may not. It may not always be cost. Reduce.
Yes.
It may be manpower also.
Absolutely.
It may be other things also.
It can be reduce waste also, Kaushal. Reduce
Reduce
waste.
waste.
Absolutely.
Waste.
So you
Down.
can
There
think
is
of
a
n number
concept
of
called
things.
downtime. Yeah, downtime.
Yeah. Reduce manpower, reduce cost, reduce downtime, reduce the number of processes, lengthy processes.
Lean. Make
For
it
that
lean.
reduce a lot of paperwork.
Right.
There could be another thing. Innovate tech, with the technology, innovate the way you are doing things. In fact, in every department, every process could have innovative way of working. Innovate about new things which nobody has ever thought of. Then
New customer experience also.
obviously.
Right. This example of Oyo hotels, where hotels were already there, but it's only the new customer experience, and when you book through them, the
Yeah.
customer what they get, the guaranteed
Absolutely.
experience and the safe environment. Safety is also there. Psychological safety.
Yeah. इनोवेशन में मुझे अभी अमेज़न का बहुत ही कमाल लगता है. You go to a store, you don't have to pay anything. You just go to a store, pick up the stuff, and come back. The money will be deducted from your account automatically, whatever you picked up. And they use all those AI tools and cameras and whatnot to identify what you have picked from where.
Yeah. Right. So scanning is there basically.
Very innovative.
इनोवेटिव का अभी एक मैंने देखा था, स्विगी is rating the stores from where you buy. So they rate as 4.6, 4.2 on parameters of hygiene, food, and other parameters. Okay, Swiggy has rated this as 4.6. So
Yeah, even that Just Dial is doing that activity, the rating.
And what was the last point, Amit?
Raise
what? Raise the bar, raise the quality
anything,
standard.
anything which is benefiting the company, raise it.
Yeah, it could also include expansion, market expansion. That could also be included in that. So that's Blue Ocean strategy. Yeah, I think we'll stop there because it's already 10:30.
Right.
We managed to discuss only 3 topics. I think we have to be a little faster over there because that way it'll be difficult. Can I ask you to prepare a couple of topics on your own? We've already discussed balance scorecard, HR scorecard, and training scorecard in recent sessions.
Yes.
Can you skip that and move forward?
Yes, HR scorecard, balance and training scorecard we can skip.
Yeah, but at least note to get
suggestion
what we could do is
suggestion hai. Just a recap. We can just take 5 minutes and then we can ending half an hour.
True. So we'll do that.
And we can reduce the example also.
Absolutely. Let's do that. Tomorrow, we won't spare more than 5 minutes on one point. Those 3 topics.